It's #1 reason why you shouldn't start and stop projects. We don't even know what we're doing anymore.
Well, at least we made this.
Like 2 years ago.
And a lot of work been done, so it's really dirty. But we can't clean it up because we'll erase our work.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out what we did. I mean, this worked because my bike starts and runs.
Well, we also started my bike off of this as well.
Yeah, so it definitely works.
And we made this harness back whenever. So theoretically, it should work.
It's been a long time.
We're back.
Steve and I are going to attempt to try to work on these motorcycles again. We just spent the last like 2 hours figuring out what parts we have, what parts we don't. We decided our best plan of attack today is to get this bike running. That way we have the motivation to keep going. Before we finish painting, hooking up pedals and all that stuff, Steve's bike still needs to be timed in. His valves still need to be adjusted. We want to get this bike running today. So the only downside is we're struggling to figure out where we're at. It's not a good idea to stop, start, stop, start, stop. So I think we got it figured out. Steve's got his parts laid out, especially since he made his own. You made your own rectifier.
Yeah. Didn't really make it, but
Where'd you get it again?
bought one from it's a wind turbine company. I forget what the company was called, but it was like $15
Versus the TC Brothers kit, which is a pretty cool kit. That's what I'm using. So we're going to use my bike as a guide, the old wiring setup that we created, the little diagram. We know it works, so we're going to use that as well.
And one of the advantages of using this wind turbine rectifier is it's compact. That's it.
Yeah, so we're just going to wire tie everything today.
And it was $15.
Yeah,
so.
Can't beat it. So nothing like Sunday football, oysters, and motorcycles. You live on the East Coast, don't get no better than this.
It's two dudes building choppers.
Oh, that was good. Oh, damn, that was good. So we pulled out all our boxes. Steve's making a list of what we think we need. And the cool thing is we got my bike that runs to look at as a guide.
Am I on the right side here?
I have no idea.
Points go on the side.
Go look at my bike again. Oh, let's get a close up of that bad boy. So good. Oh yeah, get that out of there.
While looking through our bag of electronic goodies, I found that I had one rectifier that had 4 prongs on it, and the other rectifier, these are both that I bought for like $15 off that wind turbine company, and this other one that has 5 coming out, 5 connections. So what that does is there's 3 connections for the stator that has, I think it's got 3 coil copper coilings in there. So as it rotates, it puts out a positive and then a negative, positive, negative. It's an alternating current that's coming out of there. What this does is changes it to a direct current. So it's got the 3 coming in from each copper coil in the stator. And this thing only traps the positive and allows the positive to go out. So then it's got a positive out and then a negative connection. So it traps the negative, doesn't allow the negative current to come out, and only allows the positive to come out.
And for those of you who didn't understand what the hell Steve just said, go to TC Brothers and get the 3-in-1 kit.
I might not be explaining it totally correct because it's.
But it did work.
Yeah,
it definitely worked.
But that's why we had this one in here that has 4 connections. That's for a 2-phase coil.
All right, cool. So we'll set points first, then coil, then adjust them. But the battery's going to have to be in and all that for us to adjust that properly. And then I'll set the valves. That way kicking it's easy. Had to turn the heat on. And it's like 20 degrees outside. All right, points are in. So now we're going to do the coil. And where's that coil? Grab me that coil, Steve. Right there. All right, so the way this is going to work, the blue is goes our positive on the battery. Now, we were going to run it to an on and off switch, that key switch, but we're not going to set all that up today to run
Well,
it.
we got the key switch here.
Yeah, no, but we can just run a positive wire right to the battery right now.
Oh,
yeah. Because since we're going to take it apart, so we'll just run a positive wire from the coil, the blue wire to the coil to the battery, and then the black and white splits off. That's why we have Yamaha gave us those doublers, so it goes from a single and 2-in-1. One goes to the points, one goes to the condenser. So let's go ahead and put that on.
Well, let's get to it.
Think about it some more.
Let's eat another oyster, drink a beer, and watch some football.
All right, let's do that first. All right, so we got the coil mounted, condenser connected, 2 wires to one.
What we call mounting?
Well, that's, for starting. Hey, look, I'm not even changing mine. That's legit done.
No.
No, I'll do something.
All right.
So, like I was telling Steve, this is 70. So all we need is power to the coil, which will give us points, and make sure everything's battery's negative sound. I think we're good. So now let's get our rectifier and all that set up, and get some spark plugs in, the exhaust on, get the battery on. So, coil set up, points are set up. Now we got to do the rectifier regulator. The only thing is we just need to temporarily install it now, but you should figure out, just so the length of wire is cool, where exactly you want to put it. I put mine underneath the seat, but I did the 3-in-1 from TC Brothers. So you've got, how would you mount that?
I don't know. Well, I guess at some point I'm going to set up some mounting tabs to screw that onto.
Yeah,
the regulator.
Now that we got our Timu weld,
the rectifier does have a mounting hole onto it.
Does that have to be grounded, or is it just?
Huh?
Does it get grounded, or is it just?
Well, it's got a ground wire coming out of it. Yeah.
But you bought a cooler.
I did buy a cooler. Yeah, where's that? So I bought a heat sink to go with it that I have to set up as well.
Because again, if you buy the TC Brothers one, it already comes with a cooler connected to it.
Right.
Not trying to talk you guys into anything because they don't give us anything. But
yeah, I wanted to do extra work. So I did buy these heat sinks.
Dude, that's a perfect name for your bike.
What?
Extra work. All right.
So I have to mount these somehow, and that's to be determined. But for now, we're just gonna rig it up to get it started.
All right, cool. Mounted mine here. That's that regulator rectifier with the cooler already on it. Steve has a tank too, like I did. I drilled holes for the on and off switch, key switch, and all that. It's a lot of wires though, so I want to try to clean that up. So we're going to temporarily keep Steve's all in the same location because we're going to do the same thing, hopefully. Right? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna go somewhere in that general.
Yeah,
location.
that way we can shorten our wires and all that, but not today. Today, just start.
Yeah, today we just want to get
it running, timed up, and
get the wiring harness set, wires to length to where we can properly mount them.
Yeah, cool. So I was just telling Steve, I had to post this. I have to post this. So I was posting a picture of Steve and I on our Instagram page, letting everyone know, working on motorcycles and shit today. And when you do Instagram, you hit what's that double line triple thing? What's that thing called? Yeah, what's that called?
I don't know.
All right, so when you want to tag people that are into motorcycles and stuff like that, you hit that. It looks like a equal sign plus 2 lines above it. What the hell is that called?
equal sign plus 2 lines above.
There you go. So when you hit that sign, if you type in choppers, it'll put in chopper swapper, choppers, unlimited. It gives you like preset tags. The first preset tag, if you type in choppers, was choppers and anal. So guess what? If you go on our Instagram page, choppers and anal. That just shows you what these guys are into.
Either one, choppers or anal, will get you there.
All right, so we're almost there, but it looks like we're going to need one more day. We need spark plugs, which we could have stolen from my bike, which we were going to do.
But we're going to need them eventually here, so we're going to get a new
The plug caps suck. And the ones I got from Mike's SS are discontinued. So I'm going to try to figure out another one because the ones I got are awesome. And the ones that we're working with, they're no good.
Yeah, the ones I got, they're really
I don't know where we got them from. But we found out tonight our battery is like done. Which, to be expected for sitting for so long.
I don't know if that's a date on it, but I think it says 2007.
Yeah, so,
That's a pretty old battery.
All right, so plugs, wires, a battery, and we should be running. I think we're good. All right, so I went ahead and put some bolts in Steve's motor. Now we're going to set the valves properly. We just did a whole 2-wheel workshop video again, just because he's got some really good details, so we were just double checking that. So we're going to set the valves now. Then we can go ahead and set the timing, and then we can start putting everything back together. We got a battery to use. Steve tested his... How did you do that, Steve? You tested your rectifier. We were just making sure we didn't burn that when we wired it wrong last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend we were here and we wired things up wrong, and my rectifier got really hot. So we bench tested it with the multimeter. We looked at a video, and that 2-wheel workshop has a video on that, on bench testing some electrical components. And so we bench tested this. We got some ratings. Hopefully it looks okay. So yeah.
Yeah, and I set the same timing. I set the same valve adjustments and timing on my bike, and after I did that, the bike started like that. So this is definitely, this should be a lot easier this time. So let's get to it. Handlebars.
Hey man, not just mine. They all have them.
I know. Then move it. So we're setting it. What we want to do is adjust it when it opens. Oh, that's kind of got blurry. Ready? Keep going. Awesome. All right. Right there. Let me check. All right, good. So we got timing set. We got the valves to open and the valves to open and close properly, and we got the timing adjusted properly. Now we're going to set ignition timing, which I was just explaining to Steve. Ignition timing is that perfect spark to kick ratio, compression ratio. You want that spark to come in right as that motor's receiving that fuel, right as you're kicking that, not too far ahead or too far behind. So that we're doing next. Oh yeah, it's on the, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're looking for our diagram because we just realized we got to wire it up before we can do this.
Yeah, because we wired it up wrong last weekend.
Yeah, we were only off by one wire though, remember?
I think I connected a
negative
to the positive.
Yeah, all right, let's get it together. Yeah, we were off by one wire. Remember, we accidentally connected and we were keeping that hot the whole time.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a brown wire?
So it's this black wire. It's this. This comes off the key and goes to the positive.
Right. And then from there, that key turns on that's what turns your coils on, right? Makes them hot?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we had done. We left him on constant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't doing anything.
But that battery was dead anyway. Good thing, probably.
Yeah, that did suck.
Didn't give it enough power to fry any electrical components, hopefully.
Not yet.
It was only carrying like 1 volt.
Yeah, it barely lit the light up. So we got that fixed now. All right, so Chopper Steve and I are trying to educate ourselves on how to do this again. We went ahead and set our points gap. So now when those points open, we got power to them. Ta-da! But what ignition timing is that, however, we're not on top dead center. So I need to get those points to start opening when the compression stroke, which is facing the bike right-hand side, is on top dead center. That's when they should open. And you adjust it by this screw here. I've got a video I did a little while back that explains this a lot better, but I think we got it figured out. What do you think, Steve?
I think we're on the right track, definitely.
Yeah.
We had to review your video from a year ago.
All right, let's give it.
It worked for your bike, so hopefully we can make it work for mine.
That's my plan. Turn that heat on for a minute. It is flipping cold. But I think we got it, man. It's pretty exciting. So now we're going to just put the exhaust on and a couple of the other parts, double check it. If not, we know how to, we might need to fiddle with timing just a little bit, but I think we're on the money. All right, so Steve is making a ground for the battery. We have to put the caps that we got from Mike's XS on the 2-in-1 coil wires. Put the plugs in. What else? We're almost there. What else we got? Oh, put the exhaust on. I already bolted the engine down. Well, a couple bolts. Bolted it enough. Then it should be go time, baby.
Put the tank on and give it a try.
You think we should try to do a throttle cable? Did you buy a throttle cable?
No.
I mean, we can run it off of boom boom juice and pull on the throttle ourselves. I even have a throttle cable over here. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think we should just start it without the cable.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know. It'd be cooler if we had the cable.
It would definitely be cooler.
All
right, let me think about
instead
this.
of.
All right, make good headway. Plugs and wires are done. Timing's done. Valves are done. Power's done. We're doing fuel. We even were able to salvage a throttle from an old motorcycle. I think it's go time, man. This is good.
Hooking fuel up now, and then it's time to, I think, kick it over, right?
Kick away. One kicker, buddy. Now that sounds good. You're building choppers, baby!
Building choppers! Got her started.
Yeah, man. We're in. 2 running choppers. I don't know what else to say, but it's an awesome night.
Now all we got to do is everything.
Yeah. Hey, but it's so much more enjoyable to work on a motorcycle that runs than that doesn't.
That is true.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week or later.
Hopefully we won't wait too long this time.
Sounds good.